Welcome back, everyone, to Find Music. This is episode 176. And our leadoff man, as always, is Fred Whitlock. Go ahead, Fred.
Hey, today, since Burt Bacharach died, I was thinking of his music. And if you're really adventurous, you might hunt down a 3 CD set that has all those hits from the 60s covered by different singers. But Rhino put out a single disc taken from that set, which features the Shirelles, Gene Pitney, Tom Jones, Sandy Shaw, of course, Dusty Springfield and Dionne Warwick. It's called The Very Best of Burt Bacharach. And in 1998, the more famous collaboration was Burt and Elvis Costello, Painted from Memory. But there's a few lesser known collaborations that Bacharach did that I find just interesting and vibrant enough for me to have in my collection. The one I really like is 2003, Isley meets Bacharach. Ron Isley of the Isley Brothers got together through a producer with Burt Bacharach. And Bacharach produces, arranges, and conducts the orchestra for him. Isley's voice shimmers and simmers on this album. The new arrangements highlight Isley's vocals and bring the songs to new life. The silky voice just goes deeper into the songs and brings out the highlights of the lyrics. There's a soulful version of Close to You. It rivals the Isaac Hayes version of this song, which is one of the most soulful versions up to this point. I think Isley's version ranks up there with Hayes's. And he takes Raindrops Falling on My Head and completely amazes me what he does with the song. He brings out the drama, and both of them rework this song to new heights. There's several new compositions on the disc also that weren't out before. Count on Me, Love is Still the Answer, and Balance of Nature. The two of them went into the studio with an orchestra and did these songs in 2 takes live with orchestra. It really shows off their talent, and it's a testament to the beauty of Ron Isley's voice and Bacharach's arrangements.
Wonder how many people are going to misidentify these guys based on the names on the album cover here.
Yeah. In 1997, McCoy Tyner, jazz pianist, came out with an album, What the World Needs Now. It's a remarkable recording because Tyner is mainly known for improvising and progressive jazz. He made his name with Coltrane, doing free jazz. And on this album, he plays tenderly and gently, but brings out the beauty of each song of Bacharach. It's an elegant album, and he has Christian McBride on bass and Louis Nash on drums with a full orchestra. Now, there's a lot of jazz lovers that hate strings with jazz, but I'm one that, if they're done well, I like them. And I think this is executed beautifully. Each cut is tenderly explored with his keyboard playing, and he brings out the elegance and a new perspective on these songs. It's a unique tenderness done with a passion for the beauty of the sound. And all the arrangements are done by Los Angeles jazz musician John Clayton, who eloquently surrounds McCoy Tyner with beautiful strings and horns. I believe it's well done and well executed. In 2016, the English Pakistani singer Rumer came out with an album, This Girl's in Love with You. Now she caught Bacharach's eyes and ears with her previous recordings, and he claimed he was mesmerized by her, and that so well that they performed a few times on stage before this album came out. This is I believe, her fourth album, and she has a softer, gentler sound. Some people would call it middle of the road, but I think she has skillful interpretations of these songs, and the arrangements and her voice are so expressive and brings out the brightness. There's quieter moments, and there's a rich sound to the One Less Bell to Answer. Her soft blue-eyed soul sound comes out on that song. Bacharach actually has a vocal opening up the title song, and then she comes in and brings it into new realms. Her voice is wrapped in the lyrics, and she tenderly and brings a brightness to them and a new look at them. Of course, The Look of Love is never, anyone who does that song will never measure up to Dusty Springfield's version, but she does a good job with it, and it's a wonderful listen. So I would suggest looking into these albums if you need some quieter moments, especially the Ron Isley album. It's an amazing vocal arrangements and vocals on that album.
If you want to hear a really interesting adaptation of a Bacharach song, check out Deadbolt's version of Raindrops Are Falling on My Head. Deadbolt, they're the group that did Who's Afraid of Mrs. Valdez, and then Voodoo Billy Man. I think that's
Oh.
different take on a Bacharach song.
You know, his music sounds ripe for the type of interpretation the Simon and Garfunkel songs are getting, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
In the rock
softer
world.
sound, and I'm sure, a lot of rock people are not into softer sounds, but I enjoy them from
He
time
sure
to
had
time.
a knack
Burt
for
Bacharach.
writing hit songs, man. That's like you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Hal David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite Burt Bacharach song is?
What?
I think it's called something like Boats, Trains, Planes, that one.
Oh yeah,
That's a great song.
Trains, Planes. Billy J. Kramer did a version of that,
My
and so
favorite
did
is gotta
Dionne
be,
Warwick.
Do You Know the Way to San Jose? And I wrote this poem that, I figured Dionne Warwick's been lost for many, many years. I wrote a poem that gives her the directions for finding San Jose.
Well, I think he was such an amazing songwriter. You're saying, about rock interpretations that even all of my friends are, commenting on what a great songwriter he was. No matter what their musical taste is, he wrote songs that you're going to like.
Mhm.
You just
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Fred. This was episode 176 of Fine Music.